Sally, how are you today?
Hi.
So good to see you, parents. I am here today with Sally Firmin, the Director of Academic Support Programs, and we are going to talk about so many things that parents ask me about, they call me about, call our office all the time. So tell us kind of briefly, what does your department do? It's a large department, I know.
Well, our department really specializes in providing a full range of types of support for any student at Baylor. So we offer the support in a number of different forms so that a wide range of students can find something that would be the most helpful to them.
Okay.
And that would include tutoring, supplemental instruction, or SI, which are the student facilitated out of class study sessions. We have mentors, we teach study skills and workshops, and we have a learning lab where students can come in and get help with strategies. If they're having trouble with concepts, they need to go to tutoring. But if they're wanting to know how to organize time or how to prepare for a test or improve their notes, they can just walk into the learning lab.
Okay, and they access all of that on their web account or just on your website?
Yes, our website has all the details about each of those programs.
Okay. Well, because I have parents who call, especially now, we're about 6 weeks, 7 weeks into school, and their students are really kind of hitting a wall, struggling because reality has come to life, right? And they always ask, what is the best way that I can approach my student to convince them that they need to utilize your services?
Well, we get a lot of calls from parents too, and really, in all honesty, if the parent makes themselves aware of all the things that we have, the best way and the fastest way to get help to the student that's struggling is to share the information with the student, but then the student needs to call us or come in, because then we can help the student identify what they're doing that's really working well, and then what strategies they need to change or what resources would help them at the points where they are struggling.
And I hear the word struggling, and I imagine students who are top students up until this point maybe have a problem here thinking I'm struggling, because it could be just I'm not getting the A that I wanted or whatever, but do you have to combat that with the student at all? Like, it's normal, it's okay to get help.
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of Baylor students have never had to really wrestle with academic issues, but college studying is such a different kind of studying from high school, regardless of how rigorous the high school was. That it's just part of the transition to college, is learning how to change the way and build on what you did do in high school so that those strategies are more appropriate and effective for the college classroom. And so it's sometimes hard to get a lower test grade on that first round of tests, which we've just completed. But really the wise, mature thing to do is to pick the brain of somebody that knows more than you do about something.
Good point, good point. I'm like, why didn't they have this when I was going to school?
Me too.
That would have been nice. I even hear, is there a writing lab or something here that they can tap into?
The English department does a writing lab.
Okay.
And it's housed in the English department. It will be moving to Moody Library, but it's run strictly by the English department, and the student doesn't have to be taking an English course to use it. They can get help from trained grad students in writing in English for any course where a writing assignment is required.
Well, I'm also thinking strategies you mentioned earlier, and really that can be such a huge part of the problem. Like you said, it's a different kind of studying and strategies, and I hear you even have sessions to help them once finals are, right around the corner, to how do I manage this now? Because it's very different than your regular time in the semester.
That's exactly right. And so one of the things that we do to help students get ready for finals is to start way ahead. so they can identify exactly where their final exams are going to be, what other projects and essays and other due dates for quizzes and other exams are going to be coming at the same time to finish the semester up while they're trying to prepare for finals. So we use a calendar. We use several different types of study plans. We encourage students to take advantage in really productive ways of those 2 study days where there are no classes, but everyone's here and it's very tempting to sleep in, but it's also very valuable study time.
Well, is there any one thing that if you could impart to a parent or a student that you would say?
I would say 2 things.
Okay.
Use all the resources, and second, work ahead. Things like reading before you go to class makes a huge difference, completing assignments early, reviewing notes daily, all of those kinds of things really do help, especially when you're going into, from this point on, really in the semester.
Okay, so you're kind of doing a little bit each day so you're not cramming so much at the end.
Exactly.
That's
yes.
wonderful. Well, Sally, thank you so much. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
that parents will find this very helpful.
I hope so.
All right, thank you.
Okay.